The following is a special presentation of 18 WJTS Sports. This is Indiana High School basketball here on 18 WJTS TV. High school basketball is proudly brought to you by Southern Indiana Propane, Mehringer Plumbing, Heating and Air, DuBois County Tire, and Ubalor & Sons Chevy, Cadillac, Toyota. It's time to settle in, as tip-off is moments away.
Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats actually start conference play tonight against the Evansville Bosse Bulldogs. The Wildcats 0-1 on the season after a loss to Boonville to start the season, and they take on the Bosse team that is playing their first game of the season. Last year, they stood at 9-14. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And Jason, the Wildcats opened things up on the road at Boonville the other night. You saw that game. I watched a little bit of it and all that. Riley Foy, 24 points, but the problem is he scored more than 50% of our points, as we only scored 40 in that ball game. And the one that really stood out to me was Jalen Mayners with only 3 points. So kind of give me your assessment of how things went for the Wildcats offensively the other night.
Well, I think that Jalen just seemed like he never got in the flow of the game. We had a size advantage, and we preached that last year. I hate to keep kicking a dead horse, but, when we have that size advantage, Jalen needs to stay in the paint and take advantage of it.
Right.
And, down there at Boonville the other night, we had that again, and we didn't get him the ball when he did get open.
Yeah.
And it to your point, we have to have balanced scoring to be a good team.
Absolutely.
That way, you've got 3 guys out there that should be able to score: Dave, Foy, and Mayners.
Right.
Those 3 should be able to score. I'm not saying the other guys can't.
Right.
Okay. But those should be your 3 main scorers night in and night out.
Right.
And I don't know what Day had the other night, but he didn't have a whole lot either.
Yeah, 5 points.
For us to be a good team, I feel like we have to have balanced scoring.
Yep.
And tonight we're not going to have the size advantage that we had the other night. Bosse's got some 6'5", 6'6", 6'3" kids, so it may not be as easy to go inside tonight. But I felt the other night we settled for the three-pointer again.
Okay.
Too quick, too early a lot of times. And to me, my biggest disappointment of the game at Boonville was our defense.
Right.
They spread the floor, played 5 out, and their guards just had their way with us.
Yeah.
They had 5 guards basically playing. And that's a good Boonville team because they have a lot of guys that have played varsity experience.
Right.
We've got some new guys out there that haven't played a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing, again, you at least got 1 game under your belt before you get into conference action. And, actually this is a Bosse team that returned 6 players from last year's team, but they're only 9-15, kind of a down year for them, but after winning a regional the year before. But, it's just one of those teams this year that actually is led by an all-conference player, Marius Harris, and he's out there on the floor to start for Bosse. So Bosse's won the tip here, and Elijah Eastwood is number 10, Chen is 22, Aiden Boy is 23 as the ball gets knocked away, but Bosse will hang on. Marius Harris, he wears number 24, and Landon Hardy is 33. And for the Wildcats, we've got Riley Foy, number 3, Logan Day is 5, Butel is 13, Parker Ernie, 25, and Jalen Mayners, as we mentioned, number 51. So we'll see what kind of night he has tonight.
Yeah, we got a little mix-up, or not a mix-up, but a change-up in our lineup. Ernie starting over Jack Levin.
Okay. All right, so that's one adjustment the Wildcats have made so far. And again, Bosse, talent-wise, the Courier Press mentioned that they may be the favorite to win the conference this year, but they got to make sure that they kind of get everything together with some of these new additions and changes. So a shot doesn't go there, but that's going to be foul on number 33 coming over the top of Jalen Mayners, so that'll be a first one on Hardy. And, you know, we talked before the basketball game, you know, Bosse's got this transfer, Dorian Bowen, who's a 6'6" small forward. He's got D1 offers from Mississippi State, Texas A&M, SMU, USI, Austin Peay. But he's ineligible right now. I think they're working on maybe his eligibility as he's transferred in.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is there, but I've heard conflicting stories. One said he had to sit out this game. I heard a story, or somebody said he had to sit out till January, so I don't know.
Okay. And we'll kind of see where that goes. But, you know, once he's in addition to this Bosse team, that will really add to it with his experience. He actually comes from Memphis, Tennessee, so a transfer in this year, and we'll see what happens. But right now, you know, and that's the one thing, the Wildcats knocked off Bosse last year 52-48. And a lot of times we kind of get the benefit of getting Bosse early on before they kind of get things settled in on the season, because every year Bosse's just a really good basketball team in the conference.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, we're you know, and I think we talk about that every year, you know, getting to play them our first game of the year. I'd much rather play them now than in February.
Yeah, absolutely, because, again, they're always a really good tournament team. But there's a three on the way, and it's hit by Riley Foy. So, again, 24 points the other night for the sophomore, and he starts the scoring for the Wildcats tonight. We're a couple into it right now. 3-0's our score. There's a drive into the lane. Trying to get in a good position for that shot, but Maynard's isn't able to grab the rebound and to go out of bounds. Bosse will hang on.
Looked like Boyd got away with a push there. I don't know who he pushed, but somebody.
5:51 on the clock right now. 3-0 Jasper. Inbound play there, and they actually call the foul on the screen, and that's going to go on Elijah Chin, number 22. So 2 fouls called on Bosse so far in the ball game. 5:50 on the clock. Cats will have the basketball as they'll face some pressure right now. Foley brings it up. Maynard's up top. Let's see him get down in the blocks. Maynard.
It doesn't do him no good to catch the ball out at the volleyball line.
There's a drive to the lane, doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. Bosse comes down with it. Tries to beat the Wildcat defense down the court. Doesn't quite. Cats settle in. Now there's a drive, and the left-handed shot goes up and in. So a nice move there by Eastwood to get Bosse's first 2, and he'll have a chance to add.
So we've got to make sure we get back on defense.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, obviously, we're stating the obvious, but you know, Bosse's going to like to get up and down the floor, and we've got to make sure that we get not 1 or 2 guys back. All 5 have to hustle back.
Yeah, again, transition's always been a big part of their game. That's one thing. When you force turnovers on one end, you want to beat the defense down the court, and that's what they try to do every single ball game. They're usually successful with it. And right there, they come up with their 3 points on the board. We're tied up at 5:09 on the clock. Double team. Maynard now tries to throw it down low into Butel.
It's not a good pass.
There's a 3-point shot that doesn't go for Chin. Cats come down with it. Looking for our opportunity to get to the lane there. Now kick out. Long 3-point shot on the way is short. So Foy not able to hit that one. He stay locked at 3. Harris, the all-conference guard, and he's going to be called for a travel on that hop there. So a substitution. Levin comes in for the first time. Yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of noticing with some of the guys that played football this year, filled out quite a bit. I mean, Levin, obviously, good build on him. Maynard looks like he's put on a little bit more size than what he had last year. All right, so substitution for the Bulldogs as Dante Barnes comes in for the first time. See if the Wildcats face this pressure the whole game. So far they have, and there's a battle between Day going against Nelson Jr. who's come in.
He's got to be careful with his off arm when he was dribbling. He was giving that guy the chicken wing there, and if you ain't at home, that could get called as an offensive foul.
Right. Cats run their inbound play. You have to throw it up top. And then feeds it to Day. Now they're trying to get it down in the post, and it gets knocked away. Easy steal there for Nelson Jr., but he loses the handle, and they're going to say it's off Bosse, so Cats will get it back. So both teams trying to get, especially Bosse with their transition game, just not really getting into the flow yet.
I mean, I've got Jasper for 4 turnovers, Bosse for 3, which that's 7 turnovers, and there's only been 6 points scored in the game. So,
yeah, the Cats haven't really had many fast break opportunities, so most of their turnovers are coming in their half-court sets. And now we got a foul here. That's going to go on number 10, so Elijah Eastwood picks one up. That's 3 now on Bosse. We're almost halfway through the quarter, so 2 more, and Cats are going to be shooting free throws. So a couple starters come back in as Harris is back in, and also Hardy for the Bulldogs. With it, gives it up to Day as he tries to get to the lane, not there. Yeah, Bosse's doing a really good job of kind of closing that off when the Cats try to penetrate into the lane, but now a loose ball comes down and Mainers gets it blocked, so Hardy comes up with a big in-your-face stop there. So we're still locked at 3:42 on the clock here, first quarter action. Both these teams battling. Not much on the board yet. But both teams are playing tough, especially on the defensive side. Bulldogs all over Levin there. There's a shot that goes in and out for Mainers, and it's going to stay with the Wildcats. Ethan Hampton's into the ball game for Bosse right now. We got a substitution for the Cats as Parker Ernie comes back in. Klaus is going to sit. Dave has to give it up. Mainers is going to shoot a 3, and he drops this one. So Mainers extends out beyond the arc and hits his first shot. That's Hampton with the shot from the corner. Doesn't go, and Mainers comes down with the board. 6-3 Jasper to lead, and there's a bump right there. It's going to go on the Bulldogs, so that's foul number 4. So this one's going to go on Dante Barnes. So 5 minutes into it, Jason, what do you think here?
Well, I think our defense is a little better tonight so far.
Kind of on both ends, really.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are kind of getting after it on the defensive end a little bit, making it tough for the opponent to get good looks. And that's what's causing a lot of these turnovers, too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Bosse obviously playing their first game. They're going to have a lot of energy, especially to start the first quarter here. But kind of a tough time hanging on to the basketball. It seems like every loose ball is going out of bounds, and the Cats are hanging on to it.
Yeah.
So 2:45 on the clock here, first quarter action. 6-3 is our score. Jasper with the lead. Day in the corner. Now there's a feed in. Levin with the left-handed shot. Does not go, but he'll shoot 2. So that's foul number 5 on Bosse. It is a shooting foul, so it's going to be 2, but Bosse very aggressive with the defense, but the officials are calling it, so. Jack pops that first one.
At this rate, it's going to be a long night.
I know. If they keep
late night, because
free throws.
Free throws, play stoppage.
That's the thing, of course. 5 fouls per quarter get you into the bonus, so Just one of those things, if the officials stay consistent with it, ball gets knocked out, Bosse's going to hang on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, that can change in a heartbeat, and they can go to swallowing their whistle, and nothing's a foul.
Yeah. So Shane Burkhardt, 18th year at Bosse, 274 wins over that time period. He is really working his lineup tonight. He's got 8 deep, but he's been playing them all. There's a 3-point shot that doesn't go. Mainers comes down. 4-point lead for the Cats, 7-3. Kick back out to Levin up top. And there's a reach right there. So more free throws coming for the Wildcats. Again, 2 minutes to go. So, if they continue to blow those whistles, Cats are going to have a chance to kind of extend things from the line.
But not only that, Bosse's going to have players that have to start getting in foul trouble.
Yeah,
I
no
would
kidding.
think. I mean, I saw Hardy picked up his second.
Right.
So
we got a lot of basketball left tonight. So Levin, third attempt, he's 2 for 3. Left-handed shooter. And 1 for 2 again. Battle for the board. Bulldogs come down. 5-point lead for Jasper. There's a kick to the corner. And draining the 3 is Raymond Nelson Jr. First 3-point shot for the Bulldogs makes it 8-6 with $1:43 to go. Flick down into Ernie, and cutting off the passing lane there is Ethan Hampton as Cats get another substitution, Logan Day. Yeah, both teams kind of working their lineups, aren't they, Jace?
yeah, Jasper did that quite a bit at Boonville, and Caleb and I were talking about that. Obviously early in the season, you're trying to find combinations
right.
and things that are going to work well together.
Working well is that inbounds play as Mainers gets his 5th point. Riley Foy finding him opening. Cats with the 10-6 lead. Harris looking to get on track, but he gives it up. Here's Hampton with a drive. Goes baseline. 3-point shot from the wing is down. So that's Eli Chin. 1-point game, 10-9 now with 58 seconds to go. Mainers in the blocks. Fadeaway doesn't go.
That's a tough shot.
There's kind of a grab there by Klaus, no call though. Yeah. Now the Cats battle on the ground, and we'll have a held ball. And that should go to Jasper as Bosse got the tip.
They're pointing to Bosse.
So substitution as Lamont comes in for the first time tonight.
First time all year. He broke a bone in his hand, I think, or something at baseball practice in the fall.
Okay.
And then I think he actually hurt it in basketball and then re-hurt it in baseball and had it in a cast for some time, and then didn't get a play the other night. But
he stays tight on Harris as Harris gets to the baseline, pulls up for the J, misses everything over the top. But a rebound battle comes down to the Bulldogs. Harris left open this time. He's short. There's a 3-point shot by Elijah Chin, and it doesn't go. We're 16 seconds to go. 1-point lead for the Cats as Lamont brings it across.
That's one thing Bosse's always been notorious for. I mean, they can shoot you right back in the game. If they're not hitting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, it's one of those deals where it's like they're going to have a lot of ball movement, and guys are going to get those open shots because of the quickness with the offense.
Yep.
All right, so 12-9 is our score as Mainers puts one back, and Cats with a 3-point lead after one here on 18 WJTS.
Southern Indiana Propane recognizes the hard work and dedication that our student athletes put forth to prepare to play their best in representation of our schools. The team at Southern Indiana Propane works to be tough on safety and easy on the pocketbook for our customers. When it comes to safety, we are the most stringent in the area because we want to do all we can to help our customers have confidence that their energy choice is a safe and efficient low-carbon option that is reliable and ready when you are. Propane, energy for everyone.
Cats will have the basketball to start the second quarter in a 3-point lead, 12-9. Mon stays in for the Cats. Klaus is also out there along with 3 other starters in Maynard's Day, and Foy just threw it away. So Bosse settling into a half-court set here as they call out the play. Eastwood gives it up. Definitely an aggressive shooter we're seeing tonight in Elijah Chin as he pops that one. So Chin's got 5 points for the Bulldogs, makes it a 1-point game, 12-11. And there's a steal. Does come up with it. Cats then knock it away. It's still not gathered, and now it finally does by Harris. 3-point shot on the way, and this one drops there by Nelson Jr., his second one tonight, and so John Gable needs a quick timeout as Bosse has jumped out to a 14-12 lead. So we'll take a break here on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelar, Ubelar Toyota in Jasper. Toyota announces a new certified used vehicle program. Now vehicles up to 10 years old with 125,000 miles are silver certified. Cars up to 6 years old with 85,000 miles are gold certified. That means more great certified Toyotas for you to choose from. All with additional factory warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and a stringent multi-point quality inspection, like usual. Ask about a gold or silver certified used Toyota from Ubelar Toyota in Jasper today.
All right, so the Bulldogs aggressive with their offense and defense to get the lead for the first time tonight. Still putting that full court pressure in.
Yeah, after the many fouls in the first quarter, I thought they might lighten that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But
he's going to get the most out of his 8 or 9 that he has got on the bench. All right, so there's Harris. He's short on the drive. He is yet to score tonight.
try to make it look too fancy instead of just laying it up in there.
Yeah. All right, the scrum on the floor. Looks like it's a football game with both teams fumbling and going after the recoveries there.
If it's a football game, I'm going to take my chances with Jasper winning that game.
Yeah, Bosse's had their struggles over the years, but
baseball's the same way. I mean, when we play them in baseball, they're just. We talk about it every year when we play them. It's like you got to take your hat off to those guys that coach their baseball program down there, because I mean they're just not very good.
Right.
You know, basketball obviously is their #1 sport.
Oh yeah, they've been outstanding for years. And a lot of championships. Well, Burkhart.
I was going to say.
I don't know what the deal. He was out on the floor. Is he calling a timeout?
I don't know, but you don't go out at the center court to call it.
All right.
But
they let him go. Well, it's a short one here, but. All right, but anyway, yeah, you were talking about as far as, Bosse. It's just one of those teams that just with the players that they have on the floor and the aggressiveness and the quickness and all that, and if they are able to add, Dorian later on, I mean, this could be a team that come March is going to be really, really good. Yeah.
I mean, if they can continue to shoot from the outside the way they have a little bit here, and then you add a 6. I mean, they got 2 guys down there in sweatsuits that are probably both 1'6'8" and 6'6".
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're spreading it out offensively. Actually, that is a third three-pointer hit off the bench. That's Dante Barnes hitting one. So now they've extended to a 5-point lead. Jasper is yet to score in the quarter. Over 2 minutes into it, and almost a steal there. Like I said, the ball was deflected. But Day.
I would say it was, but I thought he double dribbled. I thought he dribbled it and then picked it up and dribbled it again. But the referee's a lot closer than I am.
You're talking about the fouls picking up. That's the second one on Elijah Eastwood, so he's going to have to sit for a little bit. That brings Harris back in.
Bosse has very active hands. You know, if you're watching this on TV, just watch their hands, how their hands are constantly moving, slapping, you know, doing something. They don't just play with their hands down their side.
No, that's an excellent point. All right, so the Cats get one in the lane there with Foy hitting one, but then they come right back. Nelson Jr. hits his third three-pointer this time. So he has really provided a spark off the bench.
See, the other night, there's a foul on 24. But the other night down at Boonville, we got up on them, okay? And we were on them, and they beat us off the dribble. Tonight, it seems like we're backing off, and Bosse's hitting the threes.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to be able to get up on people and guard them. I mean, watch the way Bosse, I mean, they get after it down there. I mean, they get up on you. Are they fouling? Yeah, maybe. But it ain't a foul until the official says it is.
Right.
But, I mean, look at him. You know, I mean, they're 30 feet from the bucket, and he's right there in his back pocket with him.
Well, you know, if you're fouling, it's one thing, but at least you're aggressively going after it, you know?
Right.
So Mainers gets one in the lane there. Bosse had started out with an 8-0 run. Mainers gets the second bucket for the Wildcats of the quarter. Harris is fouled, so that's actually before the shot. But, you know, and that's exactly right. I mean, you know, if you're going to be aggressive defensively, get in your guy's face and, like you said, show some quick hands and get your hands up and that type of thing.
And you got to have quick feet.
Yeah.
You know, you got to move your feet. You play defense with your feet, not your hands.
Right.
You know, and that's down at Boonville the other night. We didn't move our feet. We didn't stay between the man with the ball and the basket. You know, it's simple in basketball that you have to stay between the ball and the rim.
As a Bosse comes up with the loose ball there. Another three-point shot on the way. I mean, he is on fire right now.
I mean, they just, you know, they're quick to the ball, you know, and there it was just a loose ball. And
so Barnes hits that one between him and Nelson. 5 3-pointers between those two guys off the bench tonight. 23-16, 7-point lead for the Bulldogs as the Cats try to get a half-court set going. Long three-point shot doesn't go, but right in his face was Barnes. So now he sets up for another three, and he drains it. So again, these Bulldogs are just really running the Wildcats off the court. They now lead double digits, 26-16. Beatel drives, and he's going to be called for the travel. So again, nice job by the Bulldogs defense. This time down in the post as Aiden Boyd cut off that drive.
Here's where you need somebody out on the floor, preferably somebody like Beatel or Day, who seniors have played. I mean, Day's played quite a bit of basketball for us at the varsity level. Somebody needs to get your guys together, calm them down. You know, say, hey, we got to get up on them, we got to guard them. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, they've called that a couple times on the screen, so that's on 23, Aiden Boyd. So third team foul on Bosse. We'll see if the Cats are able to get to the line, but you know, you don't want to earn it from the line. You pretty well got to do it with your offensive sets, and the Wildcats have just been eaten alive defensively tonight by the Bulldogs. Thought about shooting as Cash Kendall is in the ball game. Now he gets it back, goes up, and he's going to go to the line to shoot a couple.
It was good ball movement. We had them scrambling. You know, there was a loose ball a little bit. We come up with it. We had them out of position, and Kendall did a good job of going to the basket. You know, we got to take advantage of that and play with north-south going to the basket.
So Bosse's got 17 on the board so far here in the quarter. Jasper just 5. Jasper led 12-9. But 2 free throws helps right there by Cash Kendall. It's the 4th foul on the Bulldogs, so the Cats will be shooting free throws from here on out. That's a 2nd personal foul on Elijah Chin, number 22, so he stays on the floor, though. You know, and that's the thing. I mean, Bosse's kind of got a run here, especially with the guys coming off the bench and Nelson and Barnes, and they've yet to get Harris on track. He hasn't scored yet.
Yeah.
Top scorer usually. He's looking for it here, though, and dribbles into trouble, and good job there by Day to get that basketball and throw it right off of him. So Cats do the job defensively, but yeah, that was kind of a case where Harris was just going to shoot no matter what.
Yeah, he tried to do too much.
Yeah.
And you know, that's kind of typical for Bosse, the way they play sometimes. They get out of control, and you got to be able to take advantage of that now.
Right. So his game's not out of hand. It's just an 8-point game as Mainers pulls up and misses badly on that jumper. Probably not a very good shot.
No, that's a tough shot. You don't need to force that.
No.
I mean, we only made like 1 pass or 2 in the offense. Trust your sets, trust your offense, and move.
Right.
You know, we the other night at Boonville, we get caught standing around watching too much.
Well, and the thing is with Mainers is that he's going to get shots as long as he's just patient with how the offense is run, because obviously leading scorer last year, he's going to be your primary option. Eventually those shots are going to come. You don't need to force one with just 1 pass and a turnaround J from 15.
Right, exactly. Pass, repost, get the ball back.
All right, so the Bulldogs are 2:26 on the clock right now. They lead 26-18. They're showing some patience. Well, I meant to say that until shot is launched there, but again, Nelson's been feeling it all night. He's got 3 3-pointers along with Dante Barnes. That ball gets knocked away, so another foul. You know, again, they're aggressively going after it, but when they make that contact, the officials are calling us. So Jasper's going to go to the line here.
Yep.
All right, so the first foul whistled on Raymond Nelson Jr. Six free throws for the Wildcats. 4 have gone through as Butel sets up. Short. Levin back in, Day down. Burkhart working the officials over there. Was that a foul?
Lane violation on somebody. I'm not sure who. He held up the number
24, I think it was.
But I couldn't tell who it was.
Okay, so that would be on
now,
Harris.
As a stat guy that you are, does that doesn't count as a missed free throw then?
No, because he gets another one, I guess.
But he missed that one too. So
that's the thing. Should it be 0 for 3 or 0 for 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if he made it, it wouldn't have.
Right.
So,
but I would assume that one doesn't count.
Yeah, that's my guess.
But if it goes in, the lane violation goes away.
That's right.
So I don't know how all that technically works. Doesn't really matter. Just something to talk about.
Well, Maynard shows his ability there, sky and high, to double hand block that one. Bulldogs retain. $1:42 on the clock, 26-18. Bulldogs lead the Cats. He's just going to shoot all night if he's going to be left that open. So Dante Barnes, 4 3-pointers in the quarter, has held the Bulldogs now to an 11-point lead, their biggest of the night. Levin short on the bunny there, and Cats are lucky to get it back.
It's a good thing Bosse doesn't do a very good job of securing a rebound on the defensive end, because they've had, I don't know how many balls they've knocked out of bounds, and Jasper's maintained possession of it.
Yeah. Because otherwise, that's 2 or 3 extra possessions, and the way they're shooting the basketball right now. you could be looking at a much larger lead.
Yeah.
29-18 with 1:21. Bosse just smothering the guards of the Wildcats tonight. There's a three-pointer from the corner, and that will drop right there for Kendall.
That was a good job of ball movement. We made the extra pass. Somebody caught the ball and could have forced a shot, but they went ahead and made the extra pass and got an even cleaner look.
So 29-21, 8-point lead for the Bulldogs as they work their offense with 47 seconds. Harris gives it up. Smart decision because he just is not missing tonight. Dante Barnes, 5th three-pointer of the quarter.
I think somebody, whoever's guarding him, might want to just stay with him.
Right.
You know,
Wherever
I mean,
he is.
as a player, you have to recognize those type of things.
Well, the Cats come right back with a 3 of their own, so the last 2 three-pointers have been negated. Bosse hits 2, Jasper hits 2, that one by Foy, but there's going to be a foul here, and that's just the second on the Wildcats, no free throws coming. Butel, though, it's his second personal foul, so Levin's going to have to check in for him with 17 seconds to go. Ernie back in. So good minutes there, 5 points off the bench for Cash Kendall. Mainers with the steal, and he throws it right away. That leaves Harris for a 3, and he gets his first bucket of the night. So the Bulldogs' three-point barrage continues in this quarter, now with a 35-14 or 35-24 lead and a turnover on the Wildcats the other side. So 3.1 on the clock here to end the first half. See if Bosse can get one quick. Harris gets it. He's going to have a chance. A good job there by Foy to knock it away. No call. Harris wanted it.
Yeah.
So, Jason, I'll tell you what, again, we countered with a couple threes there, but then Bosse comes back with another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 three-pointers hit by the Bulldogs in the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we went into the second quarter with a 3-point lead, go in at halftime down 9, 11. Again, it goes back to defense. We talked about how, I felt like we're slacking off a little bit tonight with fear of getting beat off of the dribble. You got to get up on these guys and make them take the ball to the basket, but you got to stay between your man and the rim, and you also have to rely on your other 4 teammates to help you out. Now, granted, the guy that's on fire, you can't leave him.
Yeah.
Those are things that, again, it's only our second game of the year.
Right.
So some of these things they're gonna get picked up. We're gonna learn through our mistakes, and that's, we talk about it every year. That's what basketball is. Or any high school sport. It's a progression from game 1 to tournament time.
Right.
And as long as you're doing what you need to do and you learn from your mistakes, you can be a better team come tournament time.
Yeah.
But first quarter I thought we played well. Second quarter not so much.
Yeah, I know. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, when a team's just on fire hitting three-pointers, I don't know how many attempts they had there, but 8 three-pointers hit. But I'll tell you what, it seemed like, they got some quick shots off, but they were open looks each time.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
You give them credit because they hit them, but they shouldn't be as open as what they are.
Yeah.
To me, that's a breakdown in our defense somewhere.
Right.
Whether it's somebody lost their man or if it was no help defense, and sometimes there's scrambles for a loose ball,
mm-hmm.
and it can happen then.
Yeah.
Because you got guys going for the ball and you leave your man because of that. But we got to make some adjustments at halftime. Again, on offense, I just feel like we're kind of stagnant. We're not cutting with a purpose. But again, second game of the year, so
yeah. All right, well, we'll see if we make those adjustments and can kind of stop that perimeter game that Bosse's displayed tonight. So 35-24 is our score here at halftime. Bosse leads the Cats by 11 here on 18 WJTS.
Contact Maringer Plumbing, Heating and Air at 812-482-4425. That's 812-482-4425. Located at 723 3rd Avenue in Jasper.
It's hard to stop a train.
All right, we're at halftime, getting ready to start the second half. The Jasper Wildcats trailing the Bosse Bulldogs 35-24 in the Southern Indiana Athletic action tonight. First conference game for both these teams. Take a look at the scoring. Dante Barnes, a killer second quarter, 15 points. He was on fire there, 5 3-pointers. 9 points for Raymond Nelson Jr. Both those guys coming off the bench. He had 3 3-pointers as well. 3 points for Elijah Eastwood, 5 points for Elijah Chin, and a 3-pointer hit there late by Marius Harris for the Bulldogs, 35 points. Cats were led by Jalen Mainers with 9, 8 points for Riley Foy, 5 points off the bench for Cash Kendall, and 2 points for Jack Levin. All right, so the Cats will have the basketball to start the second half. Mainers attacks right away and pops it right there, so a good start for the Cats there, Jace.
Yeah, Jasper's good at that. When they come out of a timeout or a halftime, they come out and they run a set play, and a lot of times it results in a easy bucket.
Right. So Ernie got the steal on the other end. Mainers launches a 3.
Again, that's probably a little quick with that shot, but Bosse's helping us out. 2 turnovers already here to start the half.
A little too quick on that pass there for Chin. Not able to be handled by Landon Hardy, who sat a good part of that first half with foul trouble. Foy kicks it over to Ernie, and he gets the ball knocked away. Good defensive play there by Aiden Boyd. Jasper will hang on.
I never understood that, why guys do that. Why don't you move your feet and get over in front of him and stop him? Because he didn't do anything. He just knocked the ball out of bounds. It's like they let him beat him so they can knock it away from behind.
Yeah.
It's like, move your feet, stop him with your feet.
Oh, I get it.
And then see what happens.
Right.
But I'm too old, I guess. I don't look at things the way they do nowadays.
Well, that's like sitting there and say shot blockers, but if you knock it 5 rows up and it stands, what's it really matter? You block the shot, but you'd rather tip it to a defender or to one of your teammates who can get a break going or something. All right, so 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Jasper will inbound here. Handoff, Day with the stop and pop, doesn't go. Mainers can't hang on to it, but they're going to say it went off.
I don't know how they give that ball to Jasper, because Mainers shot it.
More or less, yeah.
Or threw it.
Right. But no, they said it went off of Boyd there.
I think he was fouled when he was trying to do it, but
Mainers gets the inbound. He's got a one-on-one opportunity. Muscles his way in for the shot, so Mainers has hit a couple so far. He's got 13. Quick shot by the Bulldogs, so this is a chance for Jasper to keep clawing back here. It's a 7-point game now.
That's exactly what we said. I mean, they're notorious for that. I mean, they can shoot their way to a big lead like that, and then they can shoot you right back in the game.
Day is short on that 3-point shot, so now they're going to try to run it down court and can't get the layup there. So twice they've tried to hit Hardy on a break. One was a turnover, the other one does not go. Mainers, but Hardy does come up with a defensive play there. A little more effective on that block shot as Good job there by Day to keep the possession as he knocks it or throws it out of bounds off a Bosse player. Burkhart going quickly to his bench as Hampton comes back in, and also one of the hot hands, Raymond Nelson Jr. (35-28). Minute 2:15 into it. Good job. Menders goes up but can't get the scoop shot to go, and it says it's going to go off at number 24, Harris.
I guess the officials gave up on trying to keep kids to keep their shirts tucked in.
Oh, yeah.
I know there for a while that was like the big thing they were constantly telling them, but now they don't pay attention to it anymore, no. I don't think.
Mainers, good job on the inbounds. Better job by Foy to find him. So Mainers has got all 6 points of Jasper's, and they've cut it down to a 5-point game, but Hampton pops a 3. So their 3-pointers have come mostly off the bench tonight. And a quick timeout there. So we'll take a break here. Bosse back up to an 8-point lead, 38-30 here on 18 WJTS.
Ho, 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 ho. It's Christmas countdown time.
103.3 Jolly FM has your fix of non-stop Christmas music through the holiday season.
Jolly FM, Santa Claus.
Station in Santa Claus, Indiana, our station knows a thing or two about being holly and jolly.
Whoopsie!
We'll be jingling and jangling until the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve.
Merry Christmas!
Tune in now at jollyfm.com.
Bulldogs got on track on that last possession here, so the Cats continue to try to claw back. Trailing by 8 right now. It's Butel battles. The Cats looking for Mainers down in the post. He's got 3 buckets already, but can't handle that pass. And easy pickup there for the Bulldogs coming the other way. Hampton will drive baseline, and Mainers right there to pick it off. Comes Day, and they're going to call a blocking foul there. They use a little elbow to get some good position, but movement by the Bosse player gets the foul.
I don't think officials as a whole do a very good job at calling like that in particular play, because who initiated the contact?
Offensive play.
You know, and you see it in high school, you see it in college, you see it, you know, and to me, if the offense initiates that, it should be an offensive foul.
I'm 1,000% with you, bro. I mean, because again, how did that contact, like you said, who initiated it?
Right.
Obviously the offensive player going down there, but just because he was moving, they're going to call it on the defensive player.
Right.
Well, Mainers continues with all the offense, and now they actually call an offensive foul on Harrison over there. The same thing we were just talking about.
Yeah.
They call it the other way.
Yeah.
So Jasper getting the benefit of the calls, it seems like tonight. It's
yeah.
The third foul on Bosse, none on Jasper so far.
And you're going to have that lopsided foul differential when you have a team like Bosse that plays the style of defense and stuff that they do.
Right.
So don't take that the wrong way that, you know.
Well, we can't get it to fly, and that's Day going after him. They actually called the foul on Day.
Yeah, they did.
But he just kind of kicked it out of bounds. But all right, so Kendall's going to check in. Butel's going to sit.
That's the other thing I don't like about officials. Like, he signaled that foul to the scores table from basically the low block down here. You know, they used to go to the center court. They made the call, you know, and it's like they're just to get lazy with things.
I agree.
But
yeah,
you can't
not
say
as formal.
You can't say much to officials because they have a hard time finding guys that'll even do it.
I agree. All right, so a little too tall. Actually, I think Mainers should have had that.
Yeah, I think so.
So, all right, so turnover on the Wildcats there. Mainers has got all 8 of Jasper's points. So they trailed by.
I mean, I've got Jasper unofficially for 14 turnovers.
Is that it? Yeah. right, so Harris, let him continue to shoot because he's not been hitting. There's a three-point shot, so that three-point barrage that we saw in the second quarter, not quite translating over to the third right now for the Bulldogs.
See, now I didn't think that was out of bounds anymore because it bounced over the backboard, but I thought it had to hit something.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't know. I can't keep up with the rules and things that they change every year with.
All right, so that's going to be a reach right there on Nelson Jr. So fourth foul on the Bulldogs, one on the Wildcats. Not at the free throw line just yet, but 3:18 to go.
How many free throws has Bosse shot for the game?
None. One on a three-point play, first quarter.
Okay.
Well, we got an offensive foul here, so that one's going to go on Day.
It must have been a point of emphasis at the coaches or at the referees clinic this year to watch for the illegal screens because between this game and the JV game a while ago, that has to be at least 12 calls that they've called that. I'm not saying it's wrong,
right?
But
it's just something they're
it's
looking
something
for.
that they're looking for more.
Hampton misses a baseline jumper there. Cats still have chances to trim into it. It's been 6 for a little bit now. 38-32 with 2:45. Good back cut there and a good feed into Levin, but he can't get it to go. And now he's going to get a second chance. He puts this one up and in. So good ball movement by the Wildcats. Eventually winds up with a basket for Jack. Now you got a 4-point game.
Yeah, and you get back in these type of games like this by playing good defense. And Bosse's going to help you because they're going to take shots like that. Now, it went in, but as a coach, I'm satisfied with forcing them into a shot like that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, Dante Barnes just can't miss. 6 3-pointers off the bench tonight, 18 points to lead Bosse. We're at the 2-minute mark as Kendall will drive, kicks it out. Levin looking for Mainers, and now it's a foul from behind there is going to be picked up on Nelson Jr. That's his second one of the quarter, I know that. Third overall. So 15 foul will put him at the line.
Mainers is doing a lot better job here this second half on the low post of getting his defensive guy behind him. And then once he gets the ball, he's able to convert it into buckets.
One thing Jasper's not converting are free throws right now. That is our 5th miss.
Yeah, and that's
Just
kind of a rarity
yeah.
because usually we're a pretty good free throw team.
Mainers misses both. So 6 missed free throws for the Wildcats. That shot's way off by Hampton, so they're still trigger happy with that 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not quite dropping like it did earlier.
And you know, the thing like there, he shot that. Bosse didn't have a guy inside the three-point line to even try to get a rebound.
Right.
I mean, Jasper had 5 guys in there for the rebound.
Butel.
Stepped out of bounds, I guess is what he called.
All right, so that's going to go to the Bulldogs. Levi Klaus is in for the Wildcats. So Mainers gets a quick breather here with 1:26 to go. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs, 40-34. Harris will drive. Short on the shot. It's been a frustrating night for him overall. Just a late 3-pointer in the first half.
Again, though, that's not a good shot.
Yeah.
I mean, if it goes in, it's lucky.
It's like a good shot in a pickup game.
Yeah.
Hampton from behind blocks that shot, so Cats will hang on. Inside of a minute with 51 seconds. Another substitution for the Bulldogs as number 23, Boyd, comes back in.
Hampton, 32, he's a freshman. That's just
He's got a little bit of size for him. I mean, he's height there. 6'6" as a freshman. All right, so that one's up and in for the Bulldogs to now give them an 8-point lead. They led by 11 coming into the quarter, so they're starting to build that back up. Cats had cut it down to 4. Feed into the post. Good job there to get in a good position. Good footwork there by Levi Klaus to get that shot up and in, and a 3-point opportunity. Had a good pivot there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And then went up strong. You know, he didn't lollygag up there. He just went up strong. That was a nice job.
So this could make it a 5-point game. 17.2 on the clock. Cats have struggled from the free throw line tonight. And he's able to get it to roll in. So a big 3-point play there off the bench for Levi. He gets some high fives as Mainers comes back in on the defensive side. So Dogs are going to hold for one.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well. $5 says Harrison giving it up. Oh, actually, quick foul.
Yeah, it's not a bad foul because we've got fouls to give.
Yeah.
That's Foy's first foul.
Yep.
So.
All right, so now 4 seconds.
You can commit another one here. That way it doesn't, obviously not in the shooting motion, but.
And they get the shot to go, but it doesn't fall. So the Bulldogs. Hot third quarter from 3. They hit a couple there in the third, but not quite what they had before. So 42-37 as we go to quarter 4 here on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at Du Bois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Well, the Cats are showing some consistency tonight. 12 points in the first, 12 in the second, 13 in the third for their 37 points. The Bulldogs, 9 points in the first, 26 in the second, and just 7 there in the third. So the Cats are able to trim it down to a 5-point game as we start the fourth. Hampton short on the jumper. So he hit that early 3-pointer. He's not been able to hit that baseline shot. Now we got a quick foul. So the Bulldogs continue. They get called for fouls. Twice they've been in a bonus in this basketball game. Or put the Wildcats in the bonus at least. That's actually the 4th personal foul on Harris, so it's been a frustrating night for their all-conference players. He's on the bench now. The Dogs come up with it.
We just had a lot of unforced turnovers, bad passes that just should never be made.
And every turnover is just a lost scoring opportunity. Good drive there, but not able to handle the pass, and now he almost threw it away. Bulldogs hang on. All right, so good job here. Good hands by Foy to knock that away. 42-37. Cats are able to trim 6 points off that halftime lead. Quick inbounds play, but that's going to be 3 free throws coming up for Dante Barnes.
Logan Day.
So that's the 4th foul on Day.
I mean, we just, I don't know.
Do I see blood coming out of your mouth from biting your tongue over there? Well, the Bulldogs, just their 2nd free throw of the night. Barnes misses the first, so he's going to have a 2nd one coming up. Misses that one, so a three-point opportunity.
He's too close. He can't shoot.
Yeah, that's true. He's been draining them tonight. And he hits that one. So an 18-point night off the bench for Dante Barnes. Wildcats were able to hold Bosse to just 3 field goals in that third quarter. Mainers feeds and now a kick back. Foy's going to have to back up. Ernie's got it now. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs.
There's that bump again.
Yeah, and Day with 4 fouls didn't get it called. But he's able to pop to 3. 3-point ball game right now, 43-40, but there's a putback that doesn't go, though, for Hardy. And now that's going to be a foul whistled on Barnes. Burkhardt actually takes out Hardy as he brings a little bit more beef in with 23 Boyd. He's going to get Mainers. So Dogs with the press again. Jasper looking to cut it to 1 or maybe tie with a 3. Trailing by 3 right now with 6:11 on the clock here in the fourth as Mainers attacks. And a good block there by Hampton, the freshman. Quickly the other way, and a slam the other way for Dante Barnes. So his night continues, 20-point night for him. 5-point game, 45-40. And John Gable needs a full, so we'll take a break here. Still just a 5-point game, but boy, that fired up the Bulldogs with that dunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the first time I've ever seen one.
45-40, Jasper trails here on 18 WJTS.
Get a GM certified pre-owned vehicle now at Jubilar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. We've got a great selection of certified vehicles on the lot and ready for you to drive home today. Each comes with a 172-point inspection and a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With the GM certified, you're not just buying a used car, you're buying peace of mind. And remember, at Jubilar's, you never pay dealer fees. Jubilar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends for pre-owned vehicles since 1929.
All right, so the Cats come out with it after the full timeout there. Trailing by 5, Beatel being picked up. Eastwood all over him. All right, so that's a whistle again.
Boyd, I think, picked that up, trying to play defense on the low post.
So that is the 3rd foul on the Bulldogs, 1 on the Wildcats. Plenty of time to go here in the quarter. And Cats, so far, 2 out of the 3 full quarters have been to the bonus. That shot doesn't go there by Foy. Eastwood with it. 6'6" Hampton. Barnes, 3-point shot, hits the top of the backboard, won't go.
I mean, Bosse's got a freshman and a sophomore in there playing now.
Right.
Actually,
Those are Aiden Boyd, number 10. I'm sorry, number 23. He's a sophomore as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a passing angle not there. Cats get it.
Got lucky there.
Right. Ernie gives it up. Now Butel down in the post and oh wow, they called a foul there. Looked like a clean block there for Ethan Hampton, but that will be the 4th personal foul, but it's going to be a shooting foul this time as Maynard steps up.
Yeah, they got 2 sophomores and a freshman out there.
All right, so Mainers looks better on that free throw. He's 1 for 3 now. 18-point night after only scoring 3 against Boonville the other night, so a little more on track of what he is expected offensively from him as he hits both free throws. Now we're down to a 3-point game, Jason.
Yeah, and we've got to continue to force them into ill-advised shots.
Because again, their 3-point attack of the second quarter is not translated to the second half yet.
No, they're not. I mean, they shot the ball exceptionally well in that second quarter. I mean, night in and night out, they're not going to do that.
Eastwood, he'll stop and pop and miss that shot, but look at the battle for the rebound, comes back into the Bulldogs. Cats ain't able to secure it. Hampton. Maybe they call Mainers for the foul this time. Looked like as clean a block as what Hampton had down here.
It looked like that was just the reverse. Same 2 guys, but on the other end.
Right. So that will be actually just the first foul, second foul on the team, first on Mainers. But 2 free throws coming for the Frosh. How come freshmen are called Frosh sometimes? Where did that come from?
Because that's the abbreviation for freshman, I guess. Like sophomore would be a soph.
You call juniors juniors?
Jew.
Call seniors yours. All right, so Hampton. 2 free throws for him. Dogs are 3 of 5 from the line here in the fourth quarter. They only shot 1 free throw in the first half on a 3-point play. 5-point lead, 4:04 halfway through the quarter now. Day kicks it out. Foy now down on the block. See what kind of move we can see here. Good job there by Ernie to force the position there and the foul on Hampton. So 3 fouls now on Hampton. And that is foul number 5. Although it's a shooting foul, we're going to see free throws from here on out.
But, you know, yeah,
what's it matter if they're not making them?
Yeah, but what I like right there, Harris for Bosse, number 24, when Hampton made that foul, Harris being a senior and Hampton a freshman, went over and told him, stand with your hands straight up. Yeah. You know, I like to see that because your leadership. Seniors are leading.
Yep.
You know, I mean, that kid's a freshman. It is his first varsity basketball game ever. You know, and to have a senior step up and help him like that, that's huge.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bulldogs. Ooh, that's a travel. He wanted to hand it off to Harris there. A little confusion, so Chen takes an extra step there. So again, the Cats still in this ball game, chipping away. Down to 4 points right now, 47-43. And again, in the bonus. So Bulldogs have 5 fouls already in the quarter. Mainers up top. Day, good little fake to get the defender, go past him, but can't get the shot to go. Now Hampton waiting for it. He'll drive, and they're going to call a block as they should. It wasn't very good position there.
Yeah.
So Butel's going to pick up that one.
I mean, I give Butel credit for being back there, but he didn't, he didn't set up in the right position to take that charge. I don't fault him for the effort.
No.
By far.
No.
Because again, that's that old school thing. They don't teach that. They don't. I mean, we used to, again, 40 years ago, in practice, we would run a drill where you stood there and let one of your teammates run over you, and they don't practice those things nowadays.
I agree. Well, the other thing too is that you got to be at the right angle there, and he was just kind of off just a bit,
right,
to get
but
that call.
As a coach, I'd take that any day, a foul like that, because the effort was there. He was trying to do the right thing.
Well, the foul situation for the Bulldogs is starting to elevate here, as that's the 4th foul on Eastwood.
I can't see how it can't. I mean,
yeah. It's when you just go 8 deep, and you've had 3/4 of 5 or more fouls. So Butel's hitting that one. So Cats have hit 4 out of 5 in the quarter, so that's been an improvement. And Max can't hit that one, but a rebound there. Mainers. Well, he's fumbling around with the ball, and actually John Gable calls a timeout. All right, 2:51 to go. Jasper trails by 6, but we'll hang on to the basketball as we come back here on 18 WJTS.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a good time gold Saturday morning.
Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
All right, the Cats with the inbound after the timeout to save the possession. They have 2 remaining. Bosse's got 3. Mainers in the lane. Turnaround Jay, good defense by the freshman, Hampton. And he's got another layup the other way, and they call the goaltend. So Mainers was just a tad late there to try to make that block.
Yeah, the rule on that is if the ball goes off of the backboard and then you touch it, it's goaltending.
Right.
And from my angle, I couldn't tell because it's my old eyes can't see that far.
I think it was the right call. So Hampton with a nice second half, 10 points. Like I said, his first varsity action.
He's going to be a nice player.
Absolutely. I think they're going to call that on Barnes, though. So we'll see how many fouls it's on him. No, actually, they do call it on Hampton, so that's his 4th. All right, so 2 key players for the Bulldogs with 4 fouls. One sitting on the bench, the other one's still out there. 2:27 on the clock as Mainers steps to the line and pops it. Mainers missed his first 2. He's hit 3 in a row here in this quarter.
Yeah, Hampton didn't start, but, you know, a lot of times it's not at who starts games, it's who's playing now.
Oh, right.
You know, and Coach Burkhart's got a lot of confidence in him to have him in there now.
He's played well. Mainers now with 21 points tonight to lead the Cats. Cats still trying to chip away. They've had it down to 3. Right now trailing by 6. 52-46 with 2:13 on the clock. Harris can't get it to fall though, but no, they're not. No shooting foul.
No, that should be the 5th, I think. Maybe they had it. They get quick on that scoreboard and they get it up there fast. I guess it was the 4th because I looked up and it had 4 up there already.
Well, it's the 4th on Butel, so 2 starters for the Cats with 4 fouls. Day on the bench right now. Barnes gives it up. Harris. A 1-on-1 against Max. Chin will attack. And gets a nice roll there to get it to go. So a quick timeout. 54-46. So that gives them an 8-point lead as we go to another break here with 1:41 to go here in the 4th on 18 WJTS.
Southern Indiana Propane recognizes the hard work and dedication that our student athletes put forth to prepare to play their best in representation of our schools. The team at Southern Indiana Propane works to be tough on safety and easy on the pocketbook for our customers. When it comes to safety, we are the most stringent in the area because we want to do all we can to help our customers have confidence that their energy choice is a safe and efficient low-carbon option that is reliable and ready when you are. Propane, energy for everyone.
All right, down to crunch time with 1:41 on the clock here. Jasper now trails by 8, so they're going to have to.
You got to convert on offense.
Pretty well every possession from here on out.
Yeah.
That's a quick foul. I mean,
that helps because that gives you, that's just a silly foul.
Perhaps
those are the ones that will drive coaches nuts because you're at half court. There's nothing wrong with. But again, it's good aggressive defense. But what got the foul was he reached with his hands.
His reach, absolutely, and that's the thing. It's like you can be just as effective, like you said, with your legs and just stand in front of your man. So Vito misses that one. He's 1 for 5 tonight.
You can't at this point. Well, free throws are important throughout the game, but they're amplified at this point in the game.
Fourth quarter. And he gets the roll there. So that trims a little bit. Still 7-point game. So at least 3 possession game right now.
Bosse's not going to hold the ball.
No. No, right there. I mean, that's a great opportunity for them. And now we got a foul. They call that on Harris, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
And again, a quick shot over there, and then a silly reach or push foul or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Actually, they called it on 33. Hardy. So Mainers pops that one.
I'm envious of Hardy's hairdo, though.
Looks good.
I mean, I wish I could have hair like that.
The only person around our age that would have had hair like that was like Kip Kress or somebody had a big fro back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Jamie Earn.
Yeah.
I was more of a redhead back then. It was like I saw a picture the other day and I was like, man, was my hair really fire engine red like that? At least I had hair. Inside a minute, Bosse with a 5-point lead. And we got a foul there. That's going to go on number 25, Ernie. So that stops the clock, but puts Bosse at the line. But again, Cats need every opportunity. So, of course, it's 2 free throws right now. So Marius Harris, not a big scoring night for him, just his 4th point, but a big free throw right there. Gets it back to a 2-possession game.
This is a situation where I don't like this 5-foul thing because now he steps up there knowing he's getting 2 free throws instead of the old-fashioned bonus. I got to hit one to get the second one.
I agree.
It takes a lot of the pressure off these kids, at crunch time like this.
All right, so 2 big free throws there gives the Bulldogs a 7-point lead, 55 seconds to go. All right, so
you got to score quick, and then you got to go for a steal. If you don't get it, you got to commit fouls and hope they miss their free throws at this point.
Yeah, you're pretty well at the point right now where a lot of things got to go your way and it's got to be done right,
Yeah.
Number one is scoring quickly.
And from Bosse's standpoint, you don't want to foul because you don't want Jasper to score with the clock stopped.
Yeah, so I'm sure that Shane Burkhardt is leading with his guys right there. Just no silly fouls because we've seen a few just within the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The Cats have not been able to, they've chipped away. They hit some free throws here down the stretch. Mainers is 6 for 6 from the line. But outside of him, we missed 3 out of 6 between Parker Ernie and Max Butel. So you still want to get a good shot, and actually that's going to put him in the line. So these officials have pretty well kept it tight all night.
They have. They've called a lot of fouls, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think right now with the Bulldogs, a few guys that are in foul trouble, you got to get back in the game. You're 41 seconds to go, so you got to get your best ball handlers and
now, all
top
those
leaders
guys
out there.
The referees messed that up because all those subs I don't think supposed to come in when you're shooting 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You got to wait it until after the second shot, right?
After the first one, yeah.
I mean, first one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Mainers keeps doing his job here, 7 for 7 from the line.
Which I never really understood that, because what's the difference, whether they're in there for the first shot or not, because he's automatically getting the second one.
All right, so 2 for 2 for Mainers. I got him at 25 points tonight. So Cats doing the job in a quick timeout there. I think that's their last. It is. So 34 seconds. We'll take a quick one here. 56-51 when we come back here on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelar, Ubelar Toyota in Jasper. Toyota announces a new certified used vehicle program. Now vehicles up to 10 years old with 125,000 miles are silver certified. Cars up to 6 years old with 85,000 miles are gold certified. That means more great certified Toyotas for you to choose from. All with additional factory warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and a stringent multi-point quality inspection, like usual. Ask about a gold or silver certified used Toyota from Ubelar Toyota in Jasper today.
Well, the Wildcats have gotten to the line here in this fourth quarter. They've hit 11 out of 14, which is good, but the problem is we only have one other field goal. And that was a three-pointer by Logan Day early in the quarter, so that's when we still trail by 5 as Bosse gets it inbounds. Cats aggressive, he go after it. So actually Ernie got his hand and blocked that shot, but Bosse will hang on to it, but it seemed like a quick shot by Eastwood there.
Yeah, again, I mean, they don't need to go.
You just dribble through and bring it back out.
Yeah.
Risky inbounds, but he's able to get it, and Ernie picks up the foul. All right, so Ethan Hampton's yet to miss tonight, 3 for 3 from the line. The Dogs have been 6 of 8 from the free throw line down the stretch here in this fourth. And that's a big miss for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game right now.
Yeah. Whether he makes it or not, he keeps it that way.
Right.
But you got to hit threes.
And you don't have to have a 3 either. I mean, you can try to score quick and then foul.
Well, Bosse puts on the pressure, and now John Gable calls the timeout. So I would say in this situation, he's got to set up a set play.
Yeah.
Because now you're down inside of 20, and it's almost like you got to get a 3, I think, now at this particular point. Because you get 2, it's still a 2-possession game, so you got to set up your best play to your best three-point shooter, I feel like, or get it down in the post for a possible quick bucket and a foul there, because their aggressive defense has not stopped the whole game.
No.
So I don't see them backing off at all. So
I would say Coach Bagley's in the huddle. I'm sure he's going to have a play that they run, a set play, and either look to get probably Day or possibly Foy an open look for a 3.
Right. But you're still going to keep Mainers, I would think, down in the block, because that's where he's been successful tonight.
Yeah, and you want somebody in there that can get a rebound if they do miss.
True.
But the clock's our biggest enemy right now, because, I mean, with 19 seconds, obviously you can hold the ball out of bounds for 4 seconds, so now you're down to 15 seconds, and, it's going to take some time to get a shot, so.
All right, so a big possession here for the Cats if they have any chance of staying in this basketball game. A lot of clock running. You just back off and give Levin that bucket.
Yeah.
So that trimmed 9 seconds off the board and just 2 points up there, so it's still 2-possession game there.
But Jasper almost had to call a timeout there because again, you take the ball out of bounds, and I don't know that, kids are that smart to realize, hey, I hold this ball out of bounds for 4 seconds and then throw it in.
Yeah.
The clock's running, and it helps with they changed the clock, didn't they?
Yeah, they actually added, I think, a second.
I don't know who in the world saw that.
I know. The official went over, so obviously he saw it somehow. But regardless, 11 seconds, you're down by 4. You got to make a defensive play and a quick score here, no doubt about it. So that's really your best option, your only option at this point.
Yeah, you need a quick steal here and convert quickly. I don't know how many timeouts Jasper's got left, but none.
Yeah, both teams are out.
So, yeah.
Of course, both teams still in the bonus here. So, Jasper, if they don't get the steal in the inbound, you got to foul right away.
If I was Bosse, I'd send somebody long and make a long pass so Jasper has a lot longer to.
I was like, nobody's guarding Nelson right over there, and finally Day saw it. Foy.
We got Maynard's guarding the guy taking it out, so it's a big target to have to throw around.
Quick. All right, so that's foul number 5 on Butel, so he sacrifices himself there. All right, so that puts Harris to the line. He's hit his only 2 free throws tonight. Bulldogs have hit 5, 6, 7. 7 of 10 from the line here in this fourth quarter, so not too bad.
Right now you got a 2-possession game, but the problem is it goes back to holding the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
You almost can't get 2 possessions.
Right. All right, so regardless, it's 2 3-pointers that the Wildcats will need if he hits his second free throw. He looked good on the first one. So 4 for 4 tonight for Harris. Dogs just need to back off a little bit there. 3-point shot doesn't go. We're down to 3 seconds. Quick shot up, tip, nope. Bulldogs come up with their first win of the season, and Jasper falls to 0-2. So it was just one of those games, Jason, where the Cats scratched and clawed and made it competitive, but just could not get close enough. We got it down to 3 at one particular point, but it seemed like it was right around that 4, 5, 6, 7 point margin for most of the fourth quarter there.
Yeah, obviously the quarter that killed us was the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Letting Bosse score 26 points in the second quarter. That's tough to overcome that. And, you're fighting an uphill battle the whole time, after you have a quarter like that.
Right.
And we battled, but again, it's a team that, we've got enough experience out there. I know we've got guys out there that haven't played a lot of varsity basketball, but, you have to be able to overcome those things, and we haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll come, throughout the course of the year, but you knew this was going to be a dogfight. Bosse's always, competitive. You just hope that, we can take some things away from it and get better. Turn around now and play again Friday night, against a Gibson Southern team that, I'm not sure what they've got, but I think they, I'm sure they're probably got a pretty decent team.
Yeah.
It'll be it's funny because these 2 games back-to-back are 2 total different games, because you've got Bosse that's very athletic and very up and down the floor, and then
quick and aggressive.
Right, and then you switch gears to Friday night against Gibson, and they'll be a hard-nosed, white-collar, get in there and just grind it out type of team.
You usually have some decent size too, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and I know their
play.
football team was pretty good. So you know they obviously got some good athletes. I know their baseball team's really good.
Yeah.
So there's some pretty good athletes in that school system right now. So, you know, it's not going to get any easier Friday night.
No.
That's for sure. You know, and Friday night's going to be a nice night here at the gym. You know, they're going to honor all the guys that have scored over 1,000 points, and that'll be kind of cool to have some of those guys back in in the building and you know, to honor them. So, you know, if people that are watching this have the opportunity to come out Friday night, I think it would be a good game.
We're going to see you on the floor?
No. I don't know where I rank in career points, but I guarantee you this: it's nowhere close to 1,000.
It's not 4 figures, but at least 3, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, we were talking about that.
It's kind of like my passing yardage.
Yeah, we were talking about that somewhere. I don't even remember where it was at. Might have been at Coach Howard's funeral today, but you know, we were talking about how, you know, to get to that 1,000-point plateau, you basically have to play varsity basketball from your sophomore year on,
right?
Because
and be a decent
otherwise, you know, if you don't play till your junior or senior year, you've got to average probably 30 points a game, or you know, close to it.
Oh yeah.
So you know, the guys that are going to be honored, you know, I mean that's a pretty prestigious list, you know, of guys that are on there. Mike Ballinger's on there.
Yeah.
Scott Rowland, Michael Lewis. I think Michael's supposed to be here.
Oh really?
I thought that's what they said the other night. I rode with.
And those guys are 1 and 2 between Lewis and Ballinger.
I believe so. Yeah.
You say Rowland's going to be here?
I don't think. The last I heard, Scott wasn't going to be here, but that can change. You know, and I think a few of those guys are deceased.
Yeah.
I know Chesty Leaguers was one of them on there. Mike Leaguers is on there. You know, so you've got some.
Dem Steftenagel maybe.
Yeah, you've got some older guys, you know, that are on that list. But you know, that's a just a respect to Jasper basketball as a whole.
Right.
You know, to be able to have that many guys throughout the illustrious career of Jasper basketball to be able to score that many points.
Well, even if you take, like, okay, because, I mean, obviously now you play 22 regular season games versus it was probably 20 for forever, you know?
Yeah.
And, but, you know, a lot of those guys played multiple sectional games. It used to be, you know, way more teams, you know, 10 teams in the section back in the 40s and 50s and all that. But it's like if you took 1,000 points divided by, let's say you play 25 games a year, that's 13.5 almost that you have to, or 13.3 that you have to average over a 3-year period.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I mean that's pretty darn good scoring.
Yeah.
So most of those guys probably didn't do that. I mean, I know Ballinger was a good scorer as a sophomore, Michael Lewis and all that. But you know, you also get a lot of these guys. But it's like you got to probably average 18, 20 in one of those 2 years.
Well,
you know, your junior and senior year.
You know, it'd be interesting to take that list and see how many of them did that without the 3-point shot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ballinger definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I remember watching Mike play, and I mean, he was shooting. Would have been easily been 3-pointers.
Yeah.
You know, in his day.
Everybody talks about that Southridge sectional game in '81.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Rowland scored his 47 with his 7 3-pointers or 8 3-pointers or whatever it was in that fourth quarter. Ballinger may have had just as many, if not more, because all his shots were way out there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly. So you know, it's you're not really comparing apples to apples.
Yeah.
But you know, you have guys like Mike Leaguers and Chesty Leaguers. They scored probably the majority of their points in the paint.
Oh yeah.
You know, so they were legitimate 2-point shots. But I'm excited to see that just because I'm a basketball junkie and I respect and you know I played the game and I know how hard that is.
Right.
And I think it'll be a fun night, you know, to honor those guys and hopefully, you know, we can come out and play well, you know, and give ourselves a shot to win.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even at Boonville the other night, we had one bad quarter, you know, that we let Boonville score a lot of points, you know. I mean, for the other part, you know, I mean, we held Bosse to 7, and then they had,
17 in that
17
fourth, but they had 26 in that second.
Yeah, I mean, 17's a little high, but, the 26 obviously was what
we scored 16 in the quarter.
Right. So yeah, I mean, like we said, you take out that second quarter, and again, they had one guy that was hot that quarter.
Right.
But when that happens, you have to be able to adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
And you can't leave that guy open.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, give the kid credit, he hit those shots, but a lot of them he was pretty open when he shot them.
I agree.
So
I agree. I don't know. Well, I think we made some of those adjustments there in that second half because, again, they only had 1 3-pointer in the second half from what I have.
Yeah.
But, it's just one of those things. And as far as Dante Barnes, he hit nothing after that. Same thing with Raymond Nelson. He didn't even score in the second half after hitting 3 3-pointers in the first. So.
Right.
But, we kind of made that adjustment, but it was just a little bit too big of a hole.
Yep, sure was.
All right, well, we got Coach John Gable coming up. And, Coach, we'd much rather be talking about a win here as the Bosse Bulldogs, a conference game. And, again, you're originally from Evansville, so, every Evansville school is a rival for you, I would feel. But, it was just Jason and I were just talking. You look at the numbers across the board here, it's just really that second quarter and that barrage that we saw from Nelson and Barnes that was just hard to overcome.
It's hard to beat a team that's shooting that well, but we also, we'll go back and look at film, and I'm sure that we're right about this. When they did get hot, we didn't toughen up. I'm thinking of one EOB right in front of our bench where I think it was Barnes. He just stepped to the corner and shot it.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to work to get open.
Yep.
And I think it was Jack Levin defending him. And I'm not trying to blame Jack because we were all like this, but we were about 2 feet off of him with our hands up, and we felt like we were guarding him. But when you got a shooter that's hot like that, you got to be in his grill.
Oh, nonstop.
Make him put that ball on the floor, and we don't have that grit and determination yet. But having said all that,
we adjusted though in the second half because they only hit 1 after that. So what did you talk about at halftime? I'm sure it was a pretty direct talk, but tell me what we kind of tried to adjust there.
Well, mainly just taking care of the basketball and missed opportunities, missed free throws, missed layups. Yeah. Defensive breakdowns, allowing them to shoot from the perimeter so easily. Logan Day did it too. He helped off of Harris, I think, one time out of the corner, and just for no reason. We wanted to make their bigs play one-on-one in the paint with us. And so we just kind of shored up some things like that, challenged them to be tougher and challenged them to hit some shots and take care of the ball. But, this is the kind of loss that you can live with.
Right.
You hate it because you're competitive and you never want to lose.
Absolutely.
But it's easier to go home tonight knowing that we fought, because I don't feel like we did at Boonville last week.
There was no give up in that second half.
No, and we had opportunities. We were a couple of missed just in and out shots away from really making this interesting. Right. Down 5 and down 4, taking good shots. But bottom line is Bosse's an awfully good basketball team. And I think we're going to look back at the end of the year and they're going to have a whole lot of wins.
No doubt.
So if there's a such thing as this, it's a quality loss. Mm-hmm. But now we have to get a quality win out of it. We have to find a way to fix the things that caused us to lose the game, because as good as Bosse is, and as well as they shot the ball, especially in the first half and the second quarter, we still could have won. Mm-hmm. But we didn't.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, we've competed, we've beaten Bosse over the last few years and all that, because we get them early in the season, and this was their first game of the year. I know that we have one under our belt, so it's just the start of our season as well. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those where I think that it's a measuring point for our basketball team to see what we've got and where we can go, because Bosse's always an outstanding basketball team.
Yeah. Well, and just in the course of a week, we've gotten better. I mean, we didn't feel like we were very focused. We didn't play with much purpose at Boonville. And not to take anything away from Boonville. They've got a nice basketball team this year. But we were just flat. Mm-hmm. And we didn't do things like, for example, Jalen Maynard's floating around the perimeter last week. And this week, I think he ended up with 25 points.
Exactly, because he got down on the block.
Yes, and I think he worked a lot harder to get there.
Yeah.
And we worked a lot harder to get him the ball. And that's unfortunately, that's what we saw at Boonville that we knew we had to fix, and so give credit to the kids for fixing it.
Right.
Now we have to have guys, especially like Logan Day. We really need to get him involved now. He missed some looks that he was hitting the last couple of years. We needed him to shoot a little bit better. And I know it's a lot of pressure to put on a kid, but if Jalen's going to score in the paint and Logan's going to shoot well from the perimeter and Riley Foy's going to shoot well from the perimeter, and we have a chance to be pretty decent.
Yeah, and that's your offense right there.
So now we just want to keep moving forward. We made strides this week, and then we got a couple more days of practice before Gibson Southern comes to town, and we want to be even better on Friday night.
No doubt about it. And I tell you what, as far as the effort from both teams, I mean, a lot of fouls were called and a lot of free throws being shot, but that's when you got two teams really aggressively going at each other defensively.
And I think that's really Bosse's style. Coach Burkhardt gets him worked up into a very aggressive frenzy, and it's purposeful. I mean, give him credit.
I agree.
He motivates his guys to really be physical defenders, and they understand that the official's going to call some and not call some, and they'll get away with some as well. But they're trying to make the game ugly. They're trying to take you out of your rhythm offensively, and that was another problem in the first half. We were dribble happy. We weren't reversing the ball because they sped us up and got us excited. And I thought in the second half we showed a lot more composure. We actually got to a second and third side a couple times with the ball, and ended up getting the ball, good shots out of it. So being patient against an aggressive and physical defense is a big key.
I agree. All right, well, we come up Friday night, so again, things are moving quickly for you, but it's basketball season, so
well,
tell me what you expect this weekend.
Well, Gibson Southern's always well coached. Mark Ward does a good job, and they've got a couple kids back from a pretty good basketball team last year. But so it's never going to be easy. No. I mean, and that's really the story of our season. We're 0-2, and if you look at our schedule, our next game's Evansville Memorial at home, and you start looking at your schedule, you're looking for a team on that schedule that you think, well, we can get them. There's no breathing room.
No.
Every game is going to be like this, where it's going to come down to the fourth quarter and who executes the best. And so it's going to be, we'll be tired when it's all over, but hopefully we can find some W's in there.
All right, well, good luck, Coach.
Yep, thank you, Craig.
All right, so good night for the Wildcats as far as just the effort there. Just unfortunately couldn't come up with the win, so the Cats fall to the Bosse Bulldogs 59-53. And just a quick look at scoring. We talk about Jalen Mainers. He had a nice night of 25 points. Big chunk of that coming in the second half, as he had 9 at halftime. So big night for him. And the Bosse Bulldogs were led by Dante Barnes. Boy, he had his run there in that second quarter with 15 points. He finishes with 20 on the night, so he leads the Bosse Bulldogs. So Cats fall in the conference, 0-1, 0-2 on the season. The Bulldogs, it's their first game of the year, so they're 1-0. So Cats will be back here Friday night against Gibson Southern. And actually just the one game this weekend, so no game on Saturday. Then they come back with the the Memorial Tigers next week, another conference matchup there. So for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video, my name is Craig Schneider. Cats follow the Bulldogs tonight 59-53 here on 18 WJTS. Good night.
The preceding was a special presentation of 18 WJTS TV. High school basketball on WJTS is proudly brought to you by Southern Indiana Propane, Mehringer Plumbing, Heating and Air, DuBois County Tire, Ubelor & Sons Chevy, Cadillac, Toyota, and 18 WJTS, a DC broadcasting company. Thank you for watching.